Good morning, welcome to Morning Review. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday the 13th of December. So looking at the euro dollar first, and well, yesterday, as expected, got back to the weekly pivot. It's now sitting around that and consolidating around that phase there. We do have the potential of a bit of a retrace from this level. I say possibly first. If it isn't first, it'll possibly happen anyway. We've got the daily pivot sitting there below us, so a break of the 21s maybe, or even a break of these current lows. Although it'd be safer to wait for the 21s to be broken. Could see it just coming back towards that daily pivot. Doesn't mean to say it will continue rolling over. If it does that, it may find some support there. If it does, all well and good, but it has had 3 taps on the door here, and you do wonder if it was to bounce off that and move back up, whether it would break through. Obviously, there's supply at this area at the moment, or has been through the Asian session in particular, and if this supply disappears, well, we could see ourselves pushing up towards that R1. Now, if it breaks these highs first, well, the 200 is pretty flat, so I'm not too sure how much resistance that would form. So it could be a reasonable potential for it to run up to that R1 and maybe beyond. Okay, looking at the pound. Big picture here. Yesterday it came back, testing the lows some of the prior lows there as it pulled back, and then rallied, found the weekly pivot and pushed on upwards. And again, this is, well, to me, it's looking bullish on the bigger picture. But we've still got potential. If it breaks this current low, the current bar here, I'd be looking for the daily pivot to be hit. If it continues in this route here, well, we could be on for the upside and towards the daily R1. The monthly R1 actually is just above us there as well. So either of those two. There's a weekly R1 as well. So there's plenty of R1s up in that zone there, which may be a reasonable target if it pushes the upside. At the moment, it's looking bullish for the bullish flag. As I say, if it does start rolling post 8 o'clock, would just be watching to see if it gets back down towards that daily pivot. It may then just overrun that into that 200, which is coming up nicely for support. Dollar yen continued yesterday showing weakness, and well, it's pushing back up there. It did end up coming off a bit yesterday, the dollar yen, but all the same, the weaker signal is the easiest move at the moment. And as much as it's overbought on the weekly picture, on all other time frames, really, there's potential for this to continue at the moment. As long as it does, won't be looking for my little short opportunity, but for now, yes, I say it's just got to be looking. I've got to be looking at the moment, really, for the upside there. Now, a break of the hourly daily pivot, hourly 34, that is, that's it. Hourly 34 would see me looking at the bullish side again and expecting this to continue up to daily R1, probably to yesterday's highs, and that's weekly R1 pivot. Aussie dollar, well, it's again, it's broken through these prior highs here again, had another pop through there, failed again. It's quite a big failure bar it's popped in there on the 4 hourlies there, just come short of the 4 hourly 200, hourly daily 34. At the moment, it looks like it's tracking its way back towards its daily pivot, which is potential. And again, with the moving averages around it, may offer some support for a further bounce. So you just need to watch this. I mean, it does have quite some bounces at morning time and then pushing up. Yesterday, it just pushed through the 50 I discussed and carried on going. In the end, it just pushed on, say, later morning, 9 o'clock at the 9 o'clock bar, and off it went. Okay, and finally the Canadian dollar. In fact, before I do that, I just need a quick look at what oil's doing. It is still back off, and it's the thing with oil here, it's halfway through the gap. It may just want to come back, fill that gap down to the weekly pivot. Certainly a potential yet, or at least fill the gap itself. In which case that could put pressure on the Canadian dollar to the upside at some point. But let's just have a look. It did pretty well yesterday. It ended up with this spinning top candle into the monthly R2. There is potential if the oil was to slip back a bit that we could see a push back towards at least 240.21 this morning, maybe a bit further. One thing to bear in mind is the US dollar was effectively, apart from against the yen, was softening yesterday afternoon, and the Canadian dollar's taken benefit of that as it's pulled back down. From this picture here, well, break of the 50 may see us pushing up towards the R1 and beyond a little bit further. We have got the weekly pivot above us, which is still potential, and oil would come down to its weekly pivot, and any softening in the strengthening of the US dollar could see this pushing up. I mean, maybe we wait for this until Wednesday evening when the Fed report comes out. Okay, that's pretty much it for me today. Again, there's little news to talk about. 9:30, the only figure really that's important is the UK inflation figure. The rest of the figures are unlikely to move the markets. Okay, that's it for me. Have a great day. Bye for now.